Okay guys, so welcome back to lecture once again, and in this lecture I'll be talking about how we can try to do a re-ranking. So in my previous lecture I have already talked about a ranking with the help of a BM25. You can try to use maybe some other technique to do a ranking, that's completely fine, but there is a concept called as re-ranking that we try to talk about with respect to a RAG operation. So first of all, we all have to understand that why do we talk about re-ranking and what is the advantage of this re-ranking. You will be able to see, because ranking anyhow we are doing it, right? So while retrieving the document with respect to my query, anyhow we are doing a ranking, and based on the rank, so it is going to give me the top K result or top K searches. So sometime what happens is that you have retrieved something which is maybe irrelevant, or maybe which is like a generic top chunks based on the query. That is the possibility, right? Because at the end of the day, if I'm trying to store a data into a Facebook AI similarity search, it is going to do a cosine similarity, right? So it's a vector to vector, basically like a distance or cosine it is going to check, and based on that it is going to give you the final outcome. Or maybe when you are trying to use a LLM, so you want to feed basically a best context, a best outcome. And this is where the concept of re-ranking comes into a picture. So I'll try to teach you this entire re-ranking concept in a complete practical manner. So let's start doing it. And here, so I will be using a heavily Eury API, and I'll be using even a SDK, a Eury SDK, by the way, for a LangChain. So first of all, you have to install a LangChain Facebook AI similarity search CPU request and NumPy. So this is something that you have to install, and not just that. So you have to install even a LangChain community. So just these two things you have to install. In my system, it's already installed, so I can simply go ahead and I can try to use it. That's completely fine. Now, so once we are able to do this installation, so we have to call a Eury embedding. Now, Eury embedding is already available, where we are giving you a text embedding 3 small model from OpenAI itself at this particular endpoint. So this is a generic code, so which is where you are going to call this class, and then you will be able to generate the embedding. So nothing to understand in this one. More than hundreds of times we have used it, right? So this is my embedding class. That's completely fine from a Eury, which is coming from the Eury. Now let's try to do a main stuff over here. So here from a LangChain, I'm trying to import a Facebook AI similarity search, and then I'm trying to import a document. So here, this is my document. These are my data, by the way. So first data is Eury provide AI API for a developer. Then LangChain integrates LLM with the tool, memory, and agents. The weather is sunny today. Facebook AI similarity search is used for a vector similarity search. Eury embedding API returns a dense vector representation. So this is my raw document, and I'm trying to align it with respect to the LangChain compatible format. Simple, right? LangChain compatible format. That's the reason. So I'm using this document structure. Okay. Now I'm trying to call my Eury embedding, the above class, right? Eury embedding. I'm trying to pass the API key. So you can go ahead with the Eury and you can generate the API key. I believe we all know how to generate the API key now. And then Facebook AI similarity search I'm trying to call, and I'm trying to pass my document. I'm trying to pass this entire document, and then I'm trying to pass the Eury embedder. So this Eury embedder, so it is going to basically store the document, and then I'm trying to call the retriever. So retrieve top 3. Simple. So it is going to call a Eury API. It is going to convert my entire data as a embedding, and then eventually it is going to, it is going to like keep all this data into the vector space of Facebook AI similarity search. Simple. So this is again a simple operation that we have done. Now, so once we are able to do this, let's try to perform a query operation. So let's suppose if I'm trying to perform a query, what is the use of a Eury in AI? So obviously it should give me a document, right? It should give me a document. It should give me the output basically based on my query. So it should give me the relevant document. And here, so if I'm going to show you the received document, so this is the document that it has given to me. So Eury provide AI API for a developer, then this, and then this. So in this manner, it is going to give me the final output. But here you will see, so it is trying to do the ordering as per the similarity search, as per the matches. And it is trying to give me a document based on the similarity search, which I have basically asked for. So it is trying to give me a top 4 document, as we can see. Now, so we are able to see this document, but what I would like to do is that I would like to re-rank this document. So I just wanted to make this entire retrieval better and better before sending this document for a final query or the final result. I would like to re-rank it. Means this is the rank which I'm able to receive with respect to my query. That's completely fine. But how we can try to re-rank it, where I can try to say that try to take a relevancy score for this query with respect to this document, so that my entire data or my entire context, because this document is representing technically a context. So my entire context will be pretty much relevant, right? Pretty much relevant. So let me show you. So I'm going to use a URI basically for even a re-ranking over here. So let me show you this particular part, how we can try to do a re-ranking. So I have prepared a code for this one. Code is very simple. So we are trying to call a URI LangChain. So we already have a URI LangChain. If I would like to show you, so maybe I can go here and AI framework inside this LangChain view example, and we have this create a chat model. Means it will be able to generate the response. Simple. So this is something that we already have inside a URI with respect to the LangChain. Now what I can do, so I'm going to just call it, pass my URI API key, temperature, and a model. So this is my chat model object which I'm able to create. Now re-rank with the URI. So I'm trying to pass my query. I'm trying to pass my query that I have, this particular one. And then I'm trying to pass my document, right? I'm trying to pass my document. I'm trying to give a prompt that, okay, so rate the relevance 0 to 10 for this document. So whatever document which I'm going to pass with respect to the query, with respect to the original document, and answer only with the numbers. Okay, fine. So this is something that this re-ranker function is going to do. So it is going to help me out in terms of re-ranking the entire things. So here, if I'll try to call this one, re-rank with URI, so here it is going to process it, and re-ranked docs, if I'm going to execute, it is going to give me the re-ranked docs. So now it has re-ranked the docs. Maybe it is going to be same, right? Because if my previous outcome was good, so obviously it is going to give me the exact same result. So this is my re-ranked docs. And then I'm going to create basically a context, and I will be looking for the final outcome. So here, let's try to create the final context with the re-ranked docs. So I'm not trying to pass the original docs which I have retrieved. So I'm just trying to pass a middleware in between, and I'm trying to say that try to do a re-ranking, and then once you are able to do a re-ranking, then consider that as a context, and then try to pass that context along with the query, so that I will be able to get the result. Now, the idea is very simple over here. The idea is to make my context even more stable, or you can say even more relevant with respect to my query. And that is the reason. So we are trying to call a re-ranking with respect to our URI. So we are trying to simply write a prompt, and we are going to ask that, okay, fine, re-rank it. Simple. Give a score, give a rank, right? Give a rank to this one. And based on the rank, so just I'm going to pass this re-ranked document in terms of building the context, and then this is a final context which I'm trying to give inside my LLM, and now LLM will be able to generate my final response, which will be pretty much relevant, a more relevant, I would say, as compared to a direct generation. So this is where, guys, re-ranking always comes into a picture. So where you are going to re-rank your entire retrieval, just try to make it more context familiar. You can try to remove all the irrelevant stuff that you are able to get in terms of document retrieval, and yeah, so your final generation is going to be better than before. And this is how we do a re-ranking. Yeah, so with that, thank you so much everyone, take care, and see you again in my upcoming lecture.